We will now discuss the ways in which you can soften your model, round its edges and make it smoother. One command that you can use for this is the fair command. Fairing means making the edges softer, less complicated and smoother. You can apply fairing to a single edge or to a chain of edges, like I will do here. So I have selected these edges and I click on the Fair button, and you see how they now form one smooth, continuous line. Within the Settings menu, that we will discuss in more detail in one of the following videos, you will find the Set Smoothen Strength option, which allows you to specify how intense the fairing and smoothing operations will be. So, if instead of regular, I click on Soft and try again, you see that the change was smaller, and repeating will gradually increase the effect of the fairing command. Fairing a chain of edges will take into account any tangency conditions at the endpoints of the chain and will not violate them. As mentioned, you can also fair one individual edge. For example, this edge here. If I click on the Fair command, it will gradually become more rounded. If you want to apply fairing individually to several edges at the same time, instead of the top Fair button, you should choose the one below it, because the first button will treat all of the selected edges as one single curve to fair, as you can see here. Another command that is available is the tangent constraint. This is applied to a pair of edges that share one vertex, like these here. So if I hit the tangent button, I will get a rounding of the two edges so that their tangents are aligned. I can also apply it to more edges at the same time, like here, and the tangency will be applied at every junction. There is a current temporary limitation that every face needs to have at least 3 sharp vertices. So, for example, if I try to round both of these corners here, I will get a notification that I cannot round the second one. A quick workaround until this limitation is lifted would be to split the face in 4 using the Split Face command with the S shortcut, and then you can make tangent both corners since they belong to different faces. Another command that is available is the Smooth Vertex. So here you can select one or more vertices of your model and click on the Smooth Vertex, and they will be rounded so that the normals of the faces at each vertex are aligned. You can also smooth vertices that are positioned at the middle of a face, like here, to give a rounded result. You can also apply tangency between two faces. You do this by selecting their common edge and pressing the Smooth Edge button. As you see, the edges at the endpoints of the selected edge have deformed to make the two faces meet smoothly. Any further edits you do will not break the smoothness constraints, and the same is true for the edge tangency and vertex smoothness properties. If you want to remove the smoothness you have applied, you hit the Unsmooth Edge button below it. Now there is no longer a constraint to keep them smooth. Similarly, if you have a vertex that has been constrained to be smooth, if you want to remove the constraint, you select the vertex again and you hit the Smooth button. And now the constraint has been removed and you can modify the edges and the vertex will be sharp. The same goes for edge tangencies. While the tangency constraint is in place, it will be respected no matter what you do. To remove it, I select the two edges and then I hit the Tangent button once again. And now I can independently move the edges and the tangency is no longer enforced. Finally, we'd like to mention that we are currently developing a free-form filleting operation that will allow you to round the edges of your model with a given radius, while giving you access to the original edge even after the filleting, so that any edits to the original edge will result in the fillet being automatically modified. This will be available in the following weeks. Until then, you can rely on Onshape's filleting operation, which you can apply on your models after sending them to a part studio.